Hi, it's Ian from 3 Dot Furniture. Today I wanted to talk very quickly about plywood and kitchen cabinetry. Almost everybody who I know that's my age is either in a house or wants to be in a house, and they're thinking about maybe doing a kitchen reno at some point in their life. And one of the first things you're going to have to decide when you do that is what types of material you're going to use when you make your kitchen. If you go to IKEA and you buy the cheapest cabinet available, you're going to probably get something made out of particle board, which is essentially sawdust glue and formaldehyde. These are extremely cheap materials. They're stable, so they won't expand and contract, and they won't crack over time. But unfortunately, they chip and they don't wear well. And over 15 to 20 years, especially if you have children, you're going to find that the faces of your cabinetry end up very marked up and broken, and you're going to end up replacing it. On the other hand, if you have some money and you're going to be in your house for a long time, you might want to think about using a higher quality material. So what's the difference? Okay, so I don't have a piece of particle board in front of me, but anybody who's been to IKEA and bought cheap furniture knows what particle board is. It's just this essentially wood chips and glue. That is terrible material. Anybody who's used it will know that after 3 to 4 years it starts to flake off and break. If you try to re-drill the holes, often they strip. It's awful. Slightly better and maybe slightly more expensive is what's called MDF, microdensity fiberboard. This is again a engineered wood product. It's basically formaldehyde glue and sawdust again, but it's done in a much more compressed format. It's stronger. You know, if you try to break this with your hand, you can't. It's very stable, and again, if you paint it, it looks great. The problem with it again is that it strips easily and it can chip quite easily. Like I can just take my finger and take flicks of this off. This is not material that you want to use if you have children. Moving up the level is the lowest quality plywood. This is a plywood that you would probably use on a subfloor. This is a 5/8 inch subfloor plywood. It's got low quality material on the top, only 4 layers of plywood, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you look, there's voids in it in various places where there's spaces, you know, between the wood. This is this is cheap quality plywood. Probably something you would use in cabinetry, hopefully. Next on the list is a spruce 3/4 inch plywood that you could use in cabinetry, and with some of the stuff that I'm using. This has got 7 layers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 layers of strata in it if you look, and very few voids. There's the odd one like right there and right there, but very few voids, and it's got 7 layers. This is stable, strong, and if you try to break it, like if I try to chip it off the edge, you can't break this stuff. It's now we're in a level of quality that's much higher. And then last but not least is the sort of gold standard for making cabinets, which is Baltic birch plywood. And if you look at this stuff, there's no voids, and I think it's got, it looks like about 12 to 14 layers, 15 layers of material. High quality birch veneer on the top of it, dead straight. This is the best of the best. So why would you spend the extra money? The reason is because 15 years from now, when the styles change and you decide that your cabinet doors that you thought were ultra modern in 2021 aren't so cool anymore, and you want to change your cabinets, you don't have to replace all the boxes and all the frames that make up your kitchen cabinetry. All you'll have to do is replace the drawer fronts, but you can only do that if you use high quality material. On the other hand, if you've used something really cheap, it's going to be chipped and broken all over the place. There's going to be very little substance to actually drill into. Most likely it's going to be sagging. At that point, you have to rip out the entire kitchen and replace it. So if you plan to live in your house for 15, 30, 45 years, and you want to make sure that you can upgrade your kitchen without having to redo the entire thing, my advice is spend the extra couple of $1,000s, get high quality Baltic birch or spruce 3/4 inch plywood, and make your cabinets out of that. On the other hand, if it's a rental and you're just looking to put something that looks nice in quickly so that you can get tenants in and then you're going to sell it in 5 years, probably not worth the investment. Although maybe you've got an environmental bone in your body and you don't like the idea of just throwing stuff in a landfill. I sympathize with that. So that's the 10 cents worth of information for today. I hope you found it useful. Have a great day. Click the subscribe button. Click the bell so you can get notified when I release videos. And thanks for watching. 3 Dot Furniture, Ian Cornell.